Sortie is amazing in C-Pit, Sortie is amazing in GAC, Territory War. If you follow the channel, you would have seen before that I have a lot of content on this character and how good they are for being a marquee character. Now let me show you this, guys. They are also insane in territory battles. We are talking an easy 4 out of 4. Only one character died throughout the battle, and that was BB-8. BB-8 will taunt, so it gets a little bit sketchy. You may need decent relics from BB-8 for this to work, but for the most part, it's honestly so easy. So what is the strategy here? Firstly, stealth on either BB-8 or stealth on Sortie. Whenever BB-8 is evading an attack, they are recovering health and protection, and whenever Sortie's hit, they are gaining protection up. What this will mean is that you can kind of get through this pretty easily. I mean, the characters who are weaker, like T3, like R2-D2, and Chupio will actually stay alive throughout the battle. They are stealth, they can't be targeted. Now here's the next thing. On this team, you have the stun and the tenacity down BB-8. You have the tenacity down from Chupio and the blind to get rid of the Droidica and all of that stuff. You then have the ability blocks on T3's basic, and if you thought that wasn't already good enough, you also have the heal on T3, which is phenomenal. So all of this combined leads to an amazing GOTB team. Now guys, I'm going to be honest, we go up against Kalani in Wave 4. It is the easiest battle I've ever had against Kalani, and I'm talking using Galactic Legends in the past. This was so easy, guys, and it shouldn't be allowed. It shouldn't be allowed that droids can all of a sudden become this good. Now, some of you may be asking me, am I not taking away from other teams? Okay, so BB-8 does go in a Ray lineup. That is fine, they aren't 100% mandatory, they do help a lot, but you don't 100% need them. R2-D2 honestly isn't used anywhere, T3 isn't used anywhere, 3PO and Chewie can be used in a CLS lineup, or can be used in a Rolo lineup. So with the exception of 3PO and Chewie here, every other character isn't really being used anywhere else. So this means for any of you who are trying to build up a GOTB team for light side battles, this may be a good team for you to invest in. Now, why is it a good team for you to invest in? Well, let me explain it, guys. So as we've already identified, the characters aren't really being used anywhere else. That's the first most important thing. To follow that up, it's also important to establish that the characters are also all journey guide characters. R2-D2 and BB-8 are needed for Rey and JML. T3 is needed for Malik, and 3PO and Chewie is also needed for the Jedi Knight Luke event. So all of these characters journey guide, which means that there's a chance that over the course of the game and your progression throughout SWGO, you most likely will have these characters invested in. With the exception of T3, you're eventually going to get all these characters to Relic, so why not just finish the team out? And guys, let me just tell you this, it's such a fun team to use. You would have seen the clip at the beginning of the video here, and you would have seen that 3PO and Chewie just does some insane damage on their special. Their special stacks offense throughout the battle. Now, that is not even the true form. Wait until phase 4, there's an even better bit of damage to come. Honestly guys, this is kind of a crazy team. There are some areas that it can be weakened. For example, there's always the chance that someone dies, but as you see here, we can just blind our opponent, Dispel Droidica won't do anything here. B2s are a little bit difficult, and throughout the battle we actually do lose BB-8 once. So we lose the spare parts buff, which is the revive on your team, which is kind of annoying because you gain 30% offense when you have that buff. So when you lose it, you do lose a little bit of the offense, but really it doesn't make much of a difference. And here we go, look at that damage, guys, it's insane. And that's not even 3PO and Chewie's final form. So, would I recommend you invest in this team above others? Maybe. It really depends on where you are in the game. If you are a player who is 3 or 4 million GP, maybe 2 million GP, and you're looking at light side Geo teams. Now let's say in your position you've just gone for Malik and maybe you're going for JML. In that situation, this may be a good light side team for you. The only thing is, some of you will be saying, and I know someone's going to comment it, and you're going to say, Glurmit, what are you saying? CLS if you're doing JML, or Jedi Knight Luke if you're doing JML, or even JML if you're doing JML, or Rolo. I understand, and I agree with you, those are all good teams, maybe without the exception of CLS there. CLS is a great team, he's just not a 4 out of 4 team, he's a 3 out of 4 team. Now, let's just remember in the later phases of GOTB, you are going to be using multiple light side teams. So you need at least 2 or 3 ready. Because let's be honest guys, a lot of you are probably using Shat-T clones and you can't use that in the cam phase because you have to use it for cam. So you need to make sure you have 2 or 3 teams to 4 out of 4 for your guild. This is honestly a very good team, and it can be used in other modes. It's 100% worth it. And guys, here we go. Get ready to see the most damage you're ever going to witness throughout your entire life. It's moments like this that I wish I was recording my audio, because you should have, I was on a voice call with the Optimist, and you should have heard my laughter when this damage came through, because none of us really thought we'd hit for this much. Are you guys ready? Because it's coming right now. Oh, even watching back the footage is amazing. I seriously cannot believe that just happened. I couldn't believe it when I did it, and I couldn't believe it just now. Kalani, the character who even causes my Galactic Legends to lose. See you later is what Sorty says, and TB is conquered. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you all have a glowing day.